Did you know there's a mansions in Dubai with a $3 million Bugatti parked inside the living room behind a wall of glass like it's a painting? But that's just the beginning. There's another one wrapped in 700,000 sheets of real gold, applied by hand over 9 straight months. And the number one home on this list sold for $163 million, making it the most expensive house in the entire history of the city. Here are the 8 next-level Dubai mansions owned by billionaires. Number 8. Roger Federer's Sky Sanctuary. We're kicking off in the sky, because while most of the billionaires on this list went horizontal, buying up huge beachfront plots, tennis legend Roger Federer went straight up. He bought a presidential penthouse near the top of Le Rêve Tower, right in the heart of Dubai Marina, and turned it into his personal winter training base. Now here's the detail that makes this one hit. The inside of the apartment is a very comfortable 6,000 square feet. Big, but not insane by this list's standards. The terrace, though? 8,700 square feet. Read that again. The outdoor space is bigger than the actual apartment. Federer has more room to walk around outside, on a balcony, hundreds of feet in the air, than most people have in their entire home. It's practically a private park floating above the marina. The whole place is built around clean, quiet European minimalism, with floor-to-ceiling glass wrapping the entire unit so that every single room stares straight out over the marina skyline and the Arabian Gulf. Inside, there are 5 full ensuite bedrooms, dedicated fitness zones built for elite athletic conditioning, and the kind of soundproofed, locked-down privacy that a 20-time Grand Slam champion needs when he wants to disappear for the winter. That terrace alone is the real showpiece. It's a full outdoor world hundreds of feet up, with room for lounging, dining, and training in the open desert air, wrapped by nothing but glass balustrades and sky. On a clear night, the entire glittering coastline of Dubai is laid out beneath you like a private light show. And that's really the whole point of this one. Federer didn't buy the loudest house in Dubai. He bought the most invisible one, high above the noise, where he could train in total peace and nobody could get anywhere near him. For a man who spent 2 decades under a global spotlight, a silent glass box in the sky is the ultimate flex. But our next owner did the exact opposite of hiding. She built a mansion designed to be seen by 54 million people, complete with a hot pink pool table and an entire room dedicated to nothing but makeup. Number 7. Huda Kattan's Palm, Jumeirah Villa. If Federer's home was built to disappear, Huda Kattan's was built to go viral. This is a 9-bedroom beachfront villa sitting right on the fronds of Palm Jumeirah, reportedly worth up to $30 million, and almost every inch of it is engineered to end up on camera. Huda is the Iraqi-American founder of Huda Beauty. She quit a finance career, started a beauty blog back in 2010, launched the brand in 2013, and turned it into a global juggernaut, pulling in around $75 million a year, recently buying back 100% of her own company. And this villa is the beating heart of that empire. The centerpiece is a professional, custom-engineered glam room, an entire space built specifically for testing cosmetics and filming content for her 54 million followers. Most of us have a bathroom mirror. She has a broadcast-grade makeup studio inside her house, but it's the personality touches that really sell it. There's a hot pink pool table, because of course there is. There's a custom vintage jukebox. And there's an actual fragrance gallery, a personal perfume collection built directly into the walls of the living space like an art installation. The whole villa is drenched in color and character, with floor-to-ceiling windows pulling the Palm's beachfront light into every room. 9 bedrooms give her family and her constant stream of collaborators room to spread out. And because it sits right on the frond, the back of the house opens onto its own private stretch of sand, with the Dubai skyline shimmering across the water. Every corner is styled, lit, and framed like a set, because in a very real sense, that's exactly what it is. This is what modern digital wealth actually looks like when it takes physical form. It's not a stuffy, quiet palace. It's a $30 million content machine that happens to also be a home, where the line between where I live and where I build my billion-dollar brand completely disappears. Now, Huda turned her house into a studio. Our next owner turned his into something closer to a private art museum, right down to the cafe he built inside it. Speaking of quietly investing in the things that actually serve you day to day, That is what pulled someone on our team to the Pulse R8 smart ring. It tracks your heart rate, your sleep, and your workouts straight from your finger. A week on a single charge, 100 days with the case, and it's fully waterproof. The part that got us was the price. Under $40, a fraction of what the big-name rings cost, because it comes direct instead of through the retailers that mark everything up. If you're watching on your TV, pause and scan the QR code on screen with your phone camera, or tap the first link in the description. Now, back to the retail billionaire who lives surrounded by a fortune in fine paintings. Number 6. Raza Beg's art-filled palm masterpiece. Number 6 is a Palm Jumeirah villa worth around $43.5 million. And walking into it is less like entering a home and more like entering a private gallery that someone happens to sleep in. It belongs to Raza Beg, the retail boss behind the fashion giant Splash, and a director at the multi-billion-dollar Landmark Group. And his story is worth 30 seconds because it's not a story of inherited money. Beg grew up in India, lost his father at just 6 years old, and hustled through PR and ticketing jobs to support his family before finding his footing in retail and scaling Splash past $1 billion in global sales. So when he built this place, he built it around the thing he loves most: art. His personal collection is curated straight into the architecture, lining the grand entrance, flowing down the corridors, and yes, even hanging in the private gym. Who works out surrounded by fine art? This guy. The villa is a geometric, light-flooded design, anchored by a massive structural extension that opens into a grand drawing room staring directly out at the beach. Inside the main guest suite, there's a custom backlit marble headboard that glows. There's a full professional cinema, a beachfront infinity pool, and an outdoor lounge planted right on the sand. And then there's the detail that makes people do a double take. Beg built a fully functional halal cafe directly inside the house, a proper cafe, structurally designed to serve breakfast and host private corporate strategy sessions. He didn't go out for business meetings. He built the meeting spot into his living room. That's a self-made retail king building his dream around art and hospitality. Our next owner didn't build her fortune, though. She inherited a Formula One dynasty, and she once sold a single Los Angeles house for $120 million. Number 5. Petra Ecclestone's golf-facing estate. Number 5 brings us into Emirates Hills, Dubai's old money enclave, and a neoclassical estate that a genuine billionaire heiress bought in early 2026 for a reported $70 million. That heiress is Petra Ecclestone, the younger daughter of Formula One billionaire Bernie Ecclestone. And if that name sounds familiar in real estate circles, it should. Petra is famous for one of the most jaw-dropping property flips in history. She once owned a Los Angeles mega estate called The Manor, which she later sold for $119.7 million, at the time the highest home sale price in the entire history of California. So when this woman buys a house, she is not messing around. Her new Dubai estate sits on a 27,000 square foot plot, facing directly onto the manicured greens of the Montgomery Championship Golf Course. The architecture is all modern neoclassical, think grand proportional columns, high-ceilinged reception halls, and sweeping formal gardens engineered to give her total privacy from the golfers rolling by just beyond the hedges. Inside, there's a private gym, expansive living spaces, and dedicated staff quarters to run the whole operation. Everything about it is designed to feel like a slice of European aristocracy transplanted into the desert. The symmetry, the columns, the clipped lawns, the sense that the whole property is holding its posture perfectly straight. It's the kind of estate that whispers old money, even though the ink on the deal is barely dry. Her husband summed up the move in the simplest possible terms, calling Emirates Hills the most luxurious community in Dubai. And that's really the story of this one. This is a European billionaire family with an almost $500 million fortune looking at the entire planet's luxury real estate and deciding that a quiet golf-facing palace in Dubai was where they wanted to plant their flag. Petra's estate is elegant, restrained, and classic. Our next mansion is the total opposite of restrained because its owner covered the walls in 700,000 individual sheets of pure gold. Number 4. Lakshmi Mittal's Baroque Golden Fortress. Number 4 is where the numbers stop making sense. This is a Baroque estate in Emirates Hills owned by Lakshmi Mittal, the executive chairman of ArcelorMittal, the second largest steel company on the planet, and a man with a personal fortune reportedly north of $23 billion. When a steel titan builds a house, he builds a fortress. But he doesn't finish it in steel, he finishes it in gold. Here's the headline detail, and it's almost hard to believe. The grand reception halls, the neoclassical domes, and the towering structural pillars inside this mansion are decorated with roughly 700,000 individual sheets of gold leaf. 700,000. And they weren't sprayed on or machine applied. They were laid by hand, sheet by sheet, by a team of 70 European artisans working for 9 straight months. Just picture that job. 70 specialists, 3/4 of a year, doing nothing but gilding one family's walls. The rest of the estate matches that energy. The Baroque architecture features hand-worked marble cladding across the exterior and grand colonnades wrapping the structure, all sitting on a plot of roughly 70,000 square feet with frontage onto the golf course. Depending on which report you read, the whole thing is valued somewhere between $100 and $116 million once you factor in the custom fixtures and artwork. And there's a bigger story hiding in this purchase. Mittal was a fixture of London for decades, but he shifted his base towards Switzerland and the UAE in 2025, reportedly after the UK scrapped the tax rules that made it attractive for the global super-rich to live there. So this golden fortress isn't just a house, it's a signal. One of the world's richest men physically relocating his center of gravity to Dubai and gilding the decision in 700,000 pieces of gold. Now, Mittal covered his walls in gold. Our next owner took a different approach to showing off. He parked a $3 million supercar inside his living room. Number 3. Balvinder Singh Sahni's Bugatti Showcase Mansion. Number 3 might have the single most outrageous design decision on this entire list. It's a custom beachfront mansion on Palm Jumeirah, valued at around $100 million, built over 3 intense years by the Dubai real estate developer Balvinder Singh Sahni, better known by his public persona, Abu Saba. Let's just get straight to it because you're already wondering. In the middle of the main living pavilion, there is a structural glass partition, and behind that glass, parked inside the house like a sculpture in a museum, sits a $3 million Bugatti Chiron. Not in the garage, not in a driveway, in the living room, framed in glass so that every guest who walks in is looking at one of the fastest cars ever built before they even sit down. It is the flex to end all flexes. And the rest of the house is engineered to match that exact energy. The whole place is finished in custom gold-plated detailing and hand-carved marble columns, wrapped around a dramatic custom floating staircase that seems to hang in midair. The interior is furnished entirely with pieces from the Italian luxury house Bentley Home. Yes, the car brand's furniture line, so the sofas and tables carry the same badge as the supercar in the living room. Out back, there's an Olympic-sized swimming pool fitted with a retractable video screen that rises up for outdoor cinema nights, a private indoor cinema on top of that, and a full wellness spa. Sitting right on the palm, the whole thing spills straight onto its own beachfront. This is a man who genuinely understands spectacle. Sahni is also famous for buying a single car license plate, the plate D5, for 33 million dirhams, which is about $9 million. $9 million. For a license plate. So a Bugatti behind glass in the living room is, honestly, completely on brand. This is a house built by someone for whom too much simply is not a concept that exists. From a house that shows off one incredible car, we move to a house that's secretly an entire entertainment complex. Nightclub, casino, and a live indoor aviary, all under one roof. Number 2. Sunil Vaswani's Emirates Hills Entertainment Palace. Number 2 is not really a mansion, it's a private resort disguised as one. This 19,000 square foot palace in Emirates Hills belongs to Sunil Vaswani, the billionaire chairman of the Stallion Group, a massive conglomerate running across 18 countries. And Vaswani built his home around a single obsession, entertaining on a scale nobody else would even attempt. So let's take the tour, because it's ridiculous. Inside this house, there is a fully functional private nightclub built with professional-grade acoustics, so he can throw an actual club night without ever leaving home. There is a basement casino, professionally designed for high-stakes private gaming. There is a multi-lane bowling alley. And then, just when you think you've seen it all, there's a structurally integrated indoor aviary, a permanent enclosure filled with live exotic birds built right into the house. I want you to sit with that combination for a second. You could, in theory, spend one evening in this home bowling a few frames, losing money at your own private casino, dancing in your own nightclub, and then winding down by watching exotic birds fly around your living room. And if you get bored of all that, there's an automated in-house car wash and an outdoor singing bar built for massive social gatherings. The estate overlooks the Montgomery Golf Course, and it's valued somewhere in the range of $40 to $50+ million. Vaswani built this place specifically to Project Power, and it's hosted global leaders and music icons for private performances that most people will never see the inside of. It's not a house that happens to be good for parties. It's a purpose-built entertainment machine that happens to have bedrooms attached. Genuinely one of a kind. But as wild as an in-home nightclub and casino are, they still can't touch our number one. Because the last mansion on this list didn't just break records. It set the single highest price ever paid for a home in the entire history of Dubai. Number 1. Mukesh Ambani's record-breaking frond and mega mansion. And here it is, the absolute peak. In October 2022, Indian billionaire Mukesh Ambani, the chairman of Reliance Industries and one of the richest human beings on the planet, with a fortune reportedly between $84 and $116 billion, quietly bought a beachfront mega mansion on Frond N of Palm Jumeirah. The price? $163 million. In a private off-market deal. That single number made it the most expensive home ever sold in the history of Dubai. And the house earns it. This custom contemporary white villa spans roughly 33,000 square feet of living space, 10 grand bedroom suites, a professional gym, a private hair salon inside the home, a 7-star level wellness spa, both indoor and outdoor swimming pools. And all of it opens directly onto a 70-meter stretch of private beach, a strip of the Arabian Gulf shoreline that is, functionally, his. The interiors are finished with hand-picked, book-matched Italian marble, fitted by the elite Italian design houses Giorgetti and Minotti, the kind of material where the stone is cut so the veins mirror each other perfectly across the room. But here's the detail that truly captures the scale of this wealth. That record-breaking, most expensive home in Dubai purchase? It's not even his only house on the island. Ambani also picked up a second beachfront villa nearby, worth around $80 million for his younger son. Let that land. He spent $80 million on what is essentially the guest house down the street. He's not buying a home. He's building a multi-generational family compound on the most exclusive, man-made island on Earth, one record-shattering villa at a time. And it fits a pattern for a man who thinks on this scale. Back in India, the Ambani family lives in a famous 27-story private skyscraper. So a 33,000 square foot beachfront villa, plus an $80 million spare next door, is simply how this family operates. When the second richest man in India decides Dubai is worth planting roots in, he doesn't buy a house. He annexes a stretch of the palm and turns it into a dynasty's beachhead. So there you have it. 8 of the most extraordinary mansions in Dubai, from a tennis champion's silent glass box in the sky, to a house with a Bugatti in the living room, to a private palace with its own nightclub and casino, all the way up to the most expensive home the city has ever seen. Whether it's 700,000 sheets of gold or a 70-meter private beach, this is what happens when the richest people on Earth decide to build with zero limits in a city that was practically designed to let them. So which one stopped you cold? The Gold Fortress, the Bugatti living room, or Ambani's record breaker? Drop it in the comments, we genuinely want to know. And if you made it all the way to the end with us, do us a favor, hit that like button, and subscribe to Global Status for more peeks inside the world's most insane luxury. We'll see you in the next one.